Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Hearts of 4 as we are playing with France in the Law Resistance expansion. Alright, so before we start letting it play, I'm just gonna show some of the stuff I did off camera here. So we just set up some basic armies on our borders. I mean, this is not the way it's gonna look. We'll be making changes just in case something crazy happens. You know, with all the, there's focus trees I don't really know all that well, like the Spanish one. Who knows what could happen here? Plus we got Germany, they're doing their own thing here now with, they're no longer the Nazi Germany. So having some troops here on the borders, obviously would be good. Same with Italy. So we'll just put them there for now. Again, this is not permanent, but just get this set up here. We'll have to make a lot of changes to our army in the future. Also, we went ahead and named a couple division designs. We got the Imperial Guard here, and also with the suggestion of having the crown for their icon. And then we have for the cav divisions, they're called the Marengos, which is what was the name of Napoleon's warhorse, and of course that was named after the Battle of Marengo. And speaking of battles, we have also named both of our two operatives here, and one person suggested that we name the operatives based on Napoleon's victories. So that's what I did for both of these guys. We got Austerlitz here and Borodino here. We won't do that for all the operatives, because obviously we've got a lot of good name suggestions. I think we had more name suggestions for operatives than we did division designs. I only had a couple suggestions for division designs. So yeah, we got plenty of names for the operatives, so we won't just use that one naming scheme for all of them. So maybe one more we'll name after. Well, I don't really know how many we get. Probably won't get any more than maybe 6 or so. I guess it depends on how large our faction is, huh? So we did that. Also, another thing that I had a couple people point out is that, as I was suspecting, that with this being tied to this, as you can see, you can do the industrial expansion if you've done either of these. It does. This one will give you will give you civilian factories if you've done this one. And I'm kind of on the fence about what to do here. And I looked this up in the files as well to make sure that it does. And I think we would actually get 4 military factories, 4 civilian factories here. So it's a little bit more useful than the other ones. But I'm not sure, man. I think we will go ahead and cancel this, but I'm a little on the fence because I really want to get to the research slot. This is what we'll do. We'll go ahead, 4 civilian factories will be super helpful. We'll go ahead and switch over to that, and how we'll try and make up for the fact that, so we'll go ahead and start that. And the way we'll kind of try and make up for the fact that where it's going to take even longer to get the research bonuses is I'm going to do something I wasn't going to do. We're going to give refuge to the German scientists, which is going to cost us 100 political power, so that's pretty costly, but it does affect us for the entire game as long as those two countries, Italy and Germany, don't go democratic. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And it doesn't quite make up for not having the research slot here, and we're talking about 70 extra days. But you know what? It's fine, guys. We'll go ahead and do it. 5% research bonus is going to be great, and I wasn't going to do that beforehand. And I want to say that's it. Oh, decisions. That's right. We were looking at these decisions regarding Spain at the end of the last episode. So I was looking at all of them, and they all cost stability, unfortunately. And we mostly just kind of give them assistance, and I don't even think we give assistance to the side that we want to. It allows all Spanish factions to buy arms and send weapons and stuff, but we're not going to do any of these. I'm not going to use the stability for that. Instead, we're not going to do this one either. But what we are going to do, because I just don't want to give up the stability, is we're going to allow the covert intervention. Now, this one's going to cost a lot of stability, but the reason why I would like to do it, if we can, it doesn't look like we actually can just yet. Oh, because we just used our political power. And we should probably wait anyway until we get the stability up a little bit higher, because now we're at 47%. That's pretty low. But this will allow us to send volunteers, and we could then get involved in the conflict. So we will go ahead and do that one, but we won't be notified of any of these ones. Not interested in doing those. So we'll do that one once we get our stability up a little bit higher, and I think that's all we needed to do. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. And our fuel is actually ticking down, so we will have to trade for fuel. That's a shame. We'll have to trade for a little bit more. Try and get that back into the positive. All right. We'll just kind of let it go as we try and make our way through the focus tree and prepare for the the future conflicts, our stability, I think, is actually going up because of the constitutional revision. We should take a look at when we get rid of that, because remember that one is limiting us on going down that one branch of the focus tree. I'm looking for it here. Here we go. It's till the 7th of October, so we'll actually get rid of it in less than a month. We do got another military factory. Still trying to build up the infantry equipment. Still fairly low, as you guys can see. I guess you could have saw that here as well. And I think we'll go ahead and put it into the fighters because I want a good, strong air force. And we can also send fighter support to Spain. But these are all old fighters. It looks like we got a lot, but the 437, those are garbage fighters. I don't even know what we'll use those for. Oh yes, that's right. And another thing, I knew I was going to forget something, guys. Of course I did. I guess we got to take care of this now. And we can go ahead and do... Looks like we can invite Sweden to the Non-Intervention Committee. Okay. But we won't. And we can do that decision. But again, I want to wait till stability gets a little bit higher. It's fairly low right now. At least until we get, well... Yeah, maybe we might need to do... Yeah, man, I don't know that we can justify taking that decision, man. That'll drop our stability so low. And yeah, we'll get to send volunteers and help out, but I mean... Yeah, our stability would be ridiculous. And if it drops below 25%, that actually poses extra risks. So yeah, I'm not sure I want to do that, guys. So we got the military factories done. We're going to build more military factories, of course. So let's go ahead and build one there. Nice 80% bonus. And right there as well. And then let's get the military factory assigned. I guess we'll go ahead and do into infantry equipment, try and get that problem fixed. Because, yeah, we really can't get divisions yet till we fix our shortages in our divisions we already have right now. Yeah, that's right. We're just going to go ahead and say we're not interested in seeing this right now. I just don't think we can justify. I'd like to get involved, but you know what? We got to fight in the Spanish Civil War in that Portuguese campaign, and it looks like they should be able to win this on their own. I suppose if they're going to lose, remember, they're going to be an enemy. Restoration of Austria-Hungary. So there we go. So they have finished that up. My thing here is that, I mean, we are going to attack Carlos Spain. So I might invite Portugal to the faction, though, if they're willing to accept. I would be willing to invite them. But I feel like as Napoleon, as I said at the end of the last episode, in Czechoslovakia surrendered the Sudetenland, the Germans, I feel like we've got to, succeed where Napoleon failed. So the key areas where he failed, now technically he didn't fail in Spain, it was his generals that failed there. He won in Spain, but then when he left, then everything just went to crap. Obviously there's more to it to that than that. But Spain was a major problem for Napoleon. Of course, in the United Kingdom, or Great Britain at the time, he never did succeed in invading them or defeating them, knocking them out of the war. And of course he failed in Russia as well. So I feel like those are the three that I really want to succeed in. The conquest of the Soviet Union, defeating the British, and of course conquering Spain. So we won't invite Spain to the faction, even though they'll be a monarchy. We'll probably conquer them. But Portugal, on the other hand, maybe we'll invite them into the faction, and we'd have the added benefit of having another front with the Spanish. We did get the fuel refining, that'll be really helpful. And I think we are done. Yeah, we are done here. Got all those 1937 techs, pretty close to 1938, but not close enough yet. Also, I want to mention this. I mentioned this in the Portuguese series. I recorded that one before this episode already. But I wanted to mention this in both series, that I haven't played 2 campaigns in a long time. We're going to probably want to get those field hospitals. And I used to do it, and I found myself getting incredibly confused when I used to do it, like getting confused between the 2 campaigns, which is the main reason why I don't do it anymore, like what techs I've gotten and all that kind of good stuff. And so I think we can go and get the radio detection so we start building those. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do that, get the radio detection, get some radar going. I'm about to get machine tools as well. But my point is that you can expect that I'm going to get confused between the 2 and what text we got, and getting mixed up with the Portuguese series, especially because the Portuguese series is going to be a little bit before. I imagine we're going to go through time a lot quicker on that one since it's a minor power. So just be aware of that. then I am gonna, you know, make mistakes and forget what campaign I'm playing and what exactly we've done. I'm gonna get it mixed up with the two campaigns, so just be aware of that. So what the hell are we doing? Oh, we're gonna wait till we get that tech, and then we'll go ahead and get something else selected here. So we're gonna go and get the field hospitals. I do want to mention one thing, because some people might bring it up, is when it comes to land doctrines, we can't get land doctrines yet because of that national spirit we have. It does result in them costing an insane amount of time, because I think it's like a 75% modifier, so it's like 814 days to go down it. Now, we're not going to go down the Grand Battle Plan doctrine, though. I want to go a completely different route here. I'm thinking either mobile warfare or superior firepower. Leaning towards mobile warfare because I want a really fast attack. Probably fairly reliant on tanks, and obviously we don't have a lot of tanks right now, but we'll be improving that. So I'm kind of thinking about going for mobile warfare. I love the extra speed bonus, of course. You guys know I love fast divisions. So I'm thinking about going this route. I think this would be the best one for what I'm trying to do. We could also do superior firepower, though. That would be really good as well. I'd love to hear your guys' input on it, because, of course, we won't be able to go down this route for a little while till we get rid of that national spirit. And I don't know quite when that will be. But yeah, post it down in the comments what you guys think. Again, I'm kind of leaning towards mobile warfare, but it's going to be one of these two. We're not going to go down Grand Battle Plan. We might have a theorist who gives us an extra bonus there, but maybe not. Here's just a flat land doctrine. Sometimes you have like the theorist who gives you a specific... No, doesn't look like it. We do have one for the air. That's the operational integrity. But yeah, I'm not seeing one that's... as you can see, it's 15%. The fleet and being, we got one for Navy too. Yeah, but not one for... Okay, yeah, not one for the land doctrine. So really, we can go any way we want. There's nothing really here for the theorist that would determine that we need to go one route over the other. So yeah, let me hear your guys' input on that. But let's go and get the field hospitals so that we can eventually put that into the divisions. Again, we don't have army experience, and we can't really train any. We got rid of the constitutional revision. I mean, I say get rid of. It was actually a good thing. It was giving us stability. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get involved in the Spanish Civil War. I just don't feel like we're in the position to do so, guys. Our stability is just too low, and dropping down by 25% stability puts us in a really bad position. I just don't think it'd be wise to do it unless they start to lose, because I really want the monarchy to win there. We did get the invest in Algeria and France, so now we can go in and get this, and it would grant us 2 civilian factories and 4 different, because remember this one had 2 as well, I think. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 states. So this is like a total of 8 civilian factories. So quite a bit. And these ones only grant it in 1 state. Yeah, so that's 8 civilian factories. Not bad. Not bad, guys. That's going to improve our economy quite a bit. So they're revisiting their colonial policy. They're going to guide the colonies. I guess we can take a look and see exactly. Oh, yes. God damn it. I keep forgetting. This is the second time I forget. I just said, oh, I forgot to do this. I knew I was going to forget to do it. And I forgot to do it not once, but twice. We need to enact our spy operation, or what do they call it? Yeah, they call it operations. So let's go ahead and see what we want to do here. We can infiltrate the civilian administration. We took a look at these last episode, but I've already forgotten. Steel industrial blueprints. That's right. I think we decided we were going to do the stealing military blueprints because this is Germany. So I'm sure they're going to have techs that we do not. We could also capture their cipher, and that gives a nice bonus too. It takes 120 days. Let's try doing the infiltrate the army first, though. Yeah, we'll try and steal their military blueprints. Let's go and assign our 2 guys and see how this goes. So it's going to be 90 days to prepare that. And I wanted to also show you guys how we're looking with our intel right now. We're actually in a very good spot here. We're at 60% for civilian intel, military intel, army intel, I should say, is pretty high as well. You can see like all their supply routes now, approximate per template division counts, and our Navy intel is very good. Basically the full 81%, so we can see everything that they're doing with their ships, I think. I'm not entirely sure how that works here. I think you got to click on it. And not really getting any information here on the map that I'm seeing, probably because they're not at war, so they don't have any ships out there patrolling or anything. You can see exactly what their total fleet count is, 3 with 3 task force. How much deployed manpower they have, how many ships they have, exactly which ships they have, which is really cool. And I wonder if you can click on these and see what they're made out of. Perhaps not. That would be kind of cool if you could actually see it. You see their naval doctrine, of course, how many naval texts they've researched. Alright, so yeah, you can't see like what the designs are. At least I'm not able to figure out how, which is kind of a shame because that'd be nice. But you can at least see their stats, so you can get you know, a little bit of an idea of like what they have in those ships. But yeah, this is really cool, man. I like all the intel, the whole intel system. It is a bummer though that we're not actually able to see the designs. You happen to know, maybe you read something on the forums or watched one of the Paradox's videos, and let me know because I'm curious how it works. We can see their templates and the kind of how many they have, not exact numbers. Same with their current planes as well. We just don't have as high of air in you know, Army intel as we do Navy intel. And this is the civilian intel we have, so I did want to take a look at that since we've been spending so much time working on it. Might as well actually take a look at it. So let's go ahead and just put this into the infantry equipment again, because this is the thing that's limiting us. So I want to get that improved, get all of our troops their infantry equipment so we start building new ones. Keep our ships out there training again for that Navy experience. And we do have another military factory, and we're just going to place that into, I suppose we can go up to 5 times here, and any military factories you get will go to that. And we're going to build another military factory. All right. Did we get radar yet? No, I think we're currently researching that, aren't we? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, currently getting radio detection. So we'll build radar up along our borders with our potential enemies, as well as up here to see the channel. Probably over here as well. We'll probably get a lot of radar. And Yugoslavia requests a sale of airplanes. Okay, so, you know, we've seen this event before. It's not a new one. So we could sell them some old fighters. We have a lot of old fighters. So I think that's what we're going to do. So yeah, we will approve the sale of fighters. Again, those are those old ones. So help them out. I know they're communist, but I'm going to help them out anyway. And I think we got civilian factories from it, so it's not like we're not getting anything from it. It's beneficial to us. All right, so can also start building the fort line, but I think it's a little bit too early for that. But we will want to get, you know, forts along here. I don't know if any of our focuses will grant that because of the particular direction we went. There are focuses that do grant forts, but I don't know that ours will. But yeah, we'll wait. Let's go ahead and get, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get more military factories. At this point, we need more. So let's put them into, we already have that there. I guess we'll go here then. Start going to those 70% bonuses. We'll get one right there as well. All right, and perhaps one right there. So maybe 5 more military factories. I did say I was going to get more dockyards, but I want to get a good solid number of military factories first. And there is a civil war in Mexico. Remember, we do have them going down the communist route. Now, one thing I've seen is the communists don't always win when you have them, selected to go the communist route. Doesn't always go the way you want it to. So we do have more resources now, so you might want to take a look at our, resource situation, see if we need to change it all. We're close enough to 1938 to go and get the computing machines. And I guess we'll go ahead and take a look at the resources as well. Yeah, you can see our fuel situation is already a bit better. Let's go ahead and tick down the amount of factories we're giving to the Americans. We'll get that for building military factories. And we're going to be entering into 1938 here soon. Taking a look at what everybody's working on. They're doing the Return of the Kaiser. So that will grant them, we're going to just kind of scroll over to here. So that will end up bringing Wilhelm II back. So that's what they're doing. Let's take a look at the British. They're guiding the colonies. We'll see exactly what that does. So it improves all the colonies. Gives them nice modifiers and grants Britain some extra political power. Italy announces claims on Yugoslavian territory. Might end up seeing a conflict between Italy and Yugoslavia, which could end up erupting the whole war, with the communists perhaps inviting Yugoslavia to join the Comintern. Yeah, that could start a world war against only Italy, because I don't expect them to have too many allies. Well, they could have Poland, though. Czechoslovakia has been annexed. Okay, I didn't even see that. I must have missed it. So they are now part of Austria-Hungary. So they were one of the countries that we're going to make fascist. It's a real bummer that the Sudetenland was gained by Germany beforehand. Yeah, it ends up in this really weird situation here. A little bit of border gore. That's terrible. So I wish they had been able to do that before the Germans had gotten the Sudetenland, but it is what it is. But yeah, there's the Polish, and they are going fascist, so perhaps they could be an ally to Italy. But yeah, we've got ours done. Germany lifts exile of Wilhelm II. The German Empire has lifted the exile of Wilhelm II and has now approached the Netherlands for the return of the old Kaiser. It seems that despite numerous extradition appeals to the Dutch government to hold him accountable for starting the Great War, the warmonger will return to take the reins of the German Empire. So we can say this is an act of war, rally the British to our side. We're not going to do that. No. Issues a diplomatic objection, which is what we're going to do. But if we were to do that, that would, reduce our stability, cost us political power. Of course, we would then join the Allies, which we're not interested in doing. And we'll have a civil war because we have a disjointed government. So yeah, it would be really negative. Of course, we're not going to do that, though. It's not the route we're looking to go, and we're fine with the Kaiser returning. All right, so we got the industrial expansion. That's going to be a ton of new civilian factories. And we're going to go and get the extra research slot, which we really need. As far as the decisions go, let's see what this is. It's probably inviting them. Yeah, okay. Oh, there's another one. Promises of peace. Yeah, we're not interested in doing that one either. Even though it would increase the stability. It's fine, we're at 48%. I'd like to get that a little bit higher, but... And let's see. I want to see how many civilian factories now have going. All right, so we have 8 going towards the third line. So that's really not bad for France, especially in the beginning of the game here. Not too shabby at all. Let's go and do another light tank factory. And Wilhelm II returns to the German Empire. Okay. So we will need to kind of move our troops around the world and decide exactly how many we need in each area to properly defend it against the British. They very well will probably attack us in Indochina. I would like to gain their colonies here. So I said we won't be fighting outside of Europe much. We're not going to invade India. We'll just defend right here. But I think we will do naval invasions here if we're able to. We'll have to gain control of the seas there. Or, just briefly enough to be able to launch those naval invasions. Just for these resources, man. That'd be super helpful. So we're going to want to do that. Other than that, though, we'll defend in Africa a little bit, but I'm just not going to do a whole lot in Africa. Maybe gain these little patches here, but I just don't want it to become something we get bogged down in. So we're going to try and avoid fighting too much in Africa. We get the radio detection, so we now build radar. So we'll get that started and figure out what we want to get next for 1938. So could get the next radar station, but we won't. We need to get other things. I already have that going, but we do need to get these infantry bonuses. And I want to say that's what we're going to do. I don't think there's anything else that we have to get right now. Of course, we should probably... this is what we'll do. When we get the new research slot, we will use that for the Navy. So that'll be our naval research slot. We'll just keep it investing in the Navy. For right now, let's go and get the infantry bonuses. Even though, they don't, they're just passive bonuses, which when you're not at war, obviously that doesn't have any benefit. But, we need to get them, so we'll get them. All right, so we'll just keep our eye on the Spanish Civil War, just again to make sure that our side wins the Carlist side. And they should. I think they're doing pretty good so far. Yeah, they're definitely advancing here. So yeah, I think they should win. Let's go ahead and get the radar building. I meant to do that as soon as we finish there, but I forgot. So we're going to build a radar here. We're going to want to build radar in Normandy. We could also do Brittany, though, and then do one here and just forgo Normandy. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll forgo Normandy and do here instead. And we want to have very good radar coverage throughout this territory here. So trying to figure out where the best location here for this one would be. Obviously, we want one up on the Italian borders. And we need one here as well. We'll wait to that. Not sure where I want to put it, because this one right here would give us the bonus of being able to see into the Bay of Biscay a little bit better, while this one would give us the bonus of being able to see in the Mediterranean, and it's just better positioned for seeing into the Spanish territory, which, remember, Radar is not just for what we used it before, which was mainly for improving your fighter detection and, of course, your ability to find enemy ships. The radar is also now used for intel. It helps with intel quite a bit. So, all right, so we got the field hospitals knocked out. I guess we're going to go and get the next line of radar because remember, not only is that for radar stations, this will help our ships too. So let me take a look at how we're doing on infantry equipment. Still short, unfortunately. All right. And we no longer get the effects from that. That was decreasing our stability, so now we're at 53%. And we have 20% from modifiers we currently have, like the given refuge to the scientist and the disjointed government. And oh yes, we have a military factory, 2 of them in fact. So let's go and get these applied let's go ahead and do some more light tanks. We're trying to get these modernized, so do more light tanks, and might want to do more artillery as well, since we're going to want to add a lot of those into our divisions. All right, looks pretty good. Okay, but once we get that infantry equipment situation dealt with, the shortages that we have, we'll be able to start building divisions. And let's do, how many light tanks do we have in our stockpile? We have 21, so not many. So let's go ahead and do another into light tanks. In fact, we're gonna go full 5 here. We should probably get the self-propelled artillery, the light tank ones. We did get our focus done. That's the extra research slot that we're gonna go ahead and put into our Navy techs, our naval techs. So the military factories, the reason why this is available is because we have selected these. So this would grant us a total of 2, 4, 6, 8 military factories. However, we could go ahead and get another, what is this, 2, 4, 6. So 14 military factories. So we're going to want to do that first before we come down here and then get the next research slot. But there are other things that need to be got, guys. You know, we actually could still build the fortifications if we wanted to, but we're going to be going with an aggressive focus, so that's what I meant by that we wouldn't be able to with the route we're going. Just wanted to make that clear. Could ban communism. That removes the political spirit. It does, reduce our stability, though, so that's an issue. We got these 2 routes to go, but we're going to go ahead and get rid of that disjointed government because it's a pretty negative modifier, and get the political power, and then I don't know if we'll be able to do this one yet. Perhaps. It looks like we should be able to do it. Let's go ahead and repeal the law of exile. And that will get rid of that disjointed government, which is costing us political power. That's the reason why we can't get anything done here, man, because we just don't have any political power. Also, doing those scientist decisions impacted us there as well. But stability's brought down by 10% too, so that's another thing to consider. All right, so we got the tech done, the extra tech slot, I should say. So let's go ahead and start working on some naval techs. I wish you could scroll out on the tech trees. That'd be kind of nice, since they added the ability to. I mean, I guess I wouldn't know how it would work. You'd have to do like a shift scroll or a control scroll, since scroll obviously moves you up and down. But yeah, I'd like to be able to just zoom out on this, just to, I don't know, I think it'd be helpful. And they have it for the focus trees, so I think it'd be a nice addition. So we need to get cruiser holes. I'm just probably going to get, I think we're going to get the equipment first, though. The different guns and stuff, like, better heavy batteries. We do have Navy experience for making adjustments. We're still building those old ships. So while we're building those, it would make sense to go ahead and start getting better stuff. We are going to get carriers, but again, we'll probably wait till we get a research bonus if we can. We get the ship torpedo launchers for the destroyers, as well as for cruisers. Could get like the passive sonar, depth charges, a lot of great options. I think we're going to start with the basic heavy battery for right now. Yeah, let's go and get that in 62 days. We're just like slowly start getting the all the equipment, because we're hopefully going to be done building all those old ships soon. I guess maybe not. There's still a lot here, guys. All right. Let's just go in and get the dockyards assigned here, so when they get done. Big problem, though, is, of course, we don't have very many dockyards. But as I said, we will start building those. Let me see where we're at. All right. So with the radar, we're looking, I mean, we do need to get one down here, as I said. And I think we just will do it right here. Yeah, we're going to do it there, guys. So we're going to get that last one built there. And then let's do 3 more military factories. And then we will do... And let's just put these across here. Well, no, we won't do there. We'll do it in the back here. So we'll get 3 more military factories, and then we're going to do dockyards. We'll do 2 dockyards to start with. And just looking for the modifiers here. We can do those in Normandy, I suppose. So we'll do dockyard there, and then a dockyard there. So we got 2 dockyards, just to start with. All right, let's take a look at our equipment situation. We're down to 3.3 thousand shortage here. So getting there, guys. Now we could, of course, set them to start training now, but like the majority of the equipment that they get for that, and I mean training in here, of course, the majority of equipment that a division has is infantry equipment. So if they can't get any of the infantry equipment, then yeah, it's not they're not going to train much. So they've gotten provincial elections here. Okay, so I don't know exactly what that does. I assume that it's going to. I'd assume as they do all those national focuses, it's going to like increase their compliance at the very least, and perhaps result in them being let go as a puppet or even completely freed. I don't know how it works with the new system, if they made any changes, and I never played with the British Communist branch either, so that's the other thing. Let's go and get the next one here, those passive bonuses. All right, so we have our other research slot, right? Yeah, we have 4 research slots. We're going to be working towards getting that 5th one, but there's a lot of stuff to get in the focus tree. You know, of course, we got to do the repeal of the law of exile, and then if we do the proclaim the Third Empire next to bring Napoleon VI in, and I wonder if he has any modifiers. It sure doesn't seem like he does. He should have a modifier, honestly. Our current leader does. He has extra political power and the trade deal opinion increase. So we got the repeal of the law of exile done. So I guess we'll go ahead and do the proclaim the Third Empire now. So this is going to result in Napoleon VI becoming the leader. And of course, our party will have their name changed, and non-aligned becomes the ruling party. Where are they at right now? Ooh, that would be kind of... They're pretty low. I don't know if we want to do that yet. Is it still ticking up? I want to say we do have... Maybe not. Yeah, we don't have non-aligned ticking up. Interesting. We might want to wait to do this. I don't know if we want to have a party in power that's sitting at 25%. And this doesn't even tick it up at all, does it? No, it doesn't. So, what we might want to do here is take those decisions before we do that. Let's just take a look at those decisions real quick. We'll go ahead and pick a tech first, and then we'll do that. So let's figure out what we want to get next. Before we, I think we should probably get stuff for the big ships. I think that would be the best way to go, since they do take a long time to build. So maybe get the turreted secondary battery. I think that'd be the best thing to get next. Just making sure. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna get next. And then maybe we'll start working on stuff to improve the destroyers. Where's that at? Right here. All right, it's only take 56 days to get that too, so it's fairly quick. So we have the Institute Press Censorship, and we could use this to... No, that ticks up daily because we're still a democracy. So we're not going to want to do that. Now, I know that we have the decision here. This also increases fascism, though, so that's something to consider, too. And reduces the total stability. All right, yeah, I wonder... I mean, we don't really have much fascist support right now, but I wonder if that's worth it. How much political power is that? I was trying to look at the decisions. I'm clicking on the wrong button here. Is that not... Oh, it doesn't cost political power. Just stability. All right, well, we'll do it once then. Rally the leagues. Go ahead and knock that out. And does it do it immediately, or does it slowly tick it up? It does it immediately. Okay, so we now have a little bit more non-aligned support, but still fairly low. And I think the only way to tick it up now will be to bring him into power, to bring the non-aligned into power, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think the only way to do it was to bring him into power, and then we can institute press censorship, which would then tick up the unaligned support. Pretty sure that's the only way to do it. Although, we could go ahead and ban communism, and that would generate a little bit of non-aligned, perhaps. But again, I think we'd need to be in power. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and proclaim the Third Empire. I don't think there's any other focuses that are going to help us. So let's go ahead and do this. And we can also modify our government for the first time in a long time. We should probably... I can't do a partial mobilization. I can't, of course, can't change here yet either. That's not an option. So I think we should start the way I'm typically starting here with the silent workhorse to get the political power gain, so that we can, get the rest of the stuff filled out faster. Another great one though is the Technocrat. We got that in the Portuguese series. It gives that research speed with the civilian factory construction speed. So pretty useful new type that didn't have before. One thing I would like to mention though is that there is this national integralist, and he is better than the silent workhorse because he gives the same political power gain with a weekly stability. However, we cannot do this because that integralism is a part of the fascist tree, so we'll never be able to get him. So I just want to mention that in case anybody knows about him and doesn't know that you can't get him as the non-aligned. So yeah, let's do the silent workhorse so that we can get the political power faster. We are now gaining 1.53 per day, so we're getting a lot more. So it's going to be, this is going to go a lot smoother now. And we lost those civilian factories too. We got it for a little while. They helped out. We built a few things. Oh yes, do we not get notifications when this is done? Because we prepared it. Is it enacting like immediately? I could have swore that we had done this. It hit the prepare. And we infiltrated the army, but I never got the option to do the next thing. Huh. That's weird. I didn't have it set to commence when ready. I could have swore we did this, didn't we? Did I not push it the right button? Did they stop us? I mean, yeah, I didn't see any notification about it or anything. That's really weird. Well, if you know what happened, let me know, guys. Yeah, that's super strange that we're doing this and not getting anything for it. I don't think. Where it's not unlocking the decision it said it's going to lock. That is super strange. Let's prepare that. Oh, it is prepared. Okay. I thought it took time. Okay, maybe I just didn't understand the way this was working. And then it's refunded? Huh. Alright. Clearly, I'm not understanding the way this works. But yeah, we got it prepared now, so we can go ahead and commence it. Alright. So that was my bad, guys. Clearly, I was messing that up. It had something to do with me being a dummy. So let's go and commence it. And that's what was happening. It was refunding it to us. We had it prepared. I was thinking you get like a notification or something about it. And I thought it said it took like 90 days to repair or whatever. So I thought you get a notification. Apparently not. Maybe we should have just had it set to commence immediately. But yeah, it's going to take 100 and something days here. 112 days left. We got the computing machines and we got the radar. All right, awesome. So still solidly in 1938. So no 1939 techs yet. I guess we're going to really start focusing on the naval techs here. Did we get rid of the disjointed government? Yeah, we did. So this will be a lot easier to switch over to one right now if we so desired. But I think I might wait for you guys' input. Let me know what you guys think. We're going to wait on that. Let's go and get the naval techs and get some of these other things that we need first. Yeah, we'll start with that, guys, so that you guys give your input. I'd love to hear your opinion. Again, I am really leaning towards the mobile warfare, but if you got an argument for us to go to with the superior firepower, I'd love to hear it. I'm not going with these two, though, so I think these would be the best for us in our particular plan for the campaign. So let's go and start out with getting the light self-propelled artillery 2, so we can start building those, put them in our divisions, even though we don't have any experience. So that's something to consider. We can at least start building them, though. So we'll get that, and then the other one's going to go into the naval techs, so we can get these done a little bit faster. Let's see here. So we're getting the guns. We get the torpedoes. Let's go and get the sonar for our destroyers. The Germans have a good sized submarine fleet, so obviously getting our destroyers better would be extremely helpful. And speaking of ships, we do have well, maybe we didn't finish constructing anything. Oh, that's right. We have all of our dockyards going towards building heavy ships right now. And these are going to be done. This one will be done very soon, actually. It's going to be done here next month. All right, awesome. So that'll put 5 dockyards into the early cruisers here. And we'll be able to start getting some of these ships done. But yeah, it's going to take us a long time to get all these ships done. I would cancel them. You know, I'm going to cancel. I don't care about these early submarines. They're garbage anyway. Let's just cancel these. This is going to take forever. I know we're losing production on this, but man, submarines aren't that. They don't take that long to produce anyway. The cruisers, though, I think we will let those go, even though they're, early cruisers, simply because they're half production. And this one's almost done, actually. This one, you know, we'll cancel this one. I know we're losing some production, guys, but those ships are not great. I got the quit India movement has happened, and Mexico has finished up here, and the communists did end up winning. Okay, wasn't sure exactly how it was going to end up going down there. So we will have a communist Mexico on the United States border. Canada has started moving towards communism as well, and got conflict over here. They have declared war on communist China, who they don't even have a border with. Okay. Alright, whatever. I don't know why that happened. I don't know how they're going to fight each other. Maybe they dropped some paratroopers. Looks like the Democrats are succeeding here. It's not going to be the long drawn-out civil war that we had in that one campaign, which is good to see. Though I guess I would have been fine with them being removed from the conflict for a long time, for any conflict, I mean. So what do we want to get next? We're going to start building military factories quicker. We also need to get the research bonuses as well. 1940 research bonuses for the ships and the planes. So we want that sometime in 1939, so that doesn't need to be prioritized. We could go after the industrial one so we can get the 1939 industrial techs quicker. That might be what we get, actually. We could also get a theorist, although battle of maneuver focus, what is that one? Is that one we're going to get? I think it is, because we're going to go down the aggressive focus. Yeah, well, I don't know which route we're going. I'm going to have to take a look at those. I don't want to spend time in the episode doing it, so we'll have to decide what we're going to do on that. So we won't go with the theorist just yet. We could get the industrial focus. I think that's the best one to get for right now. Or, nope, that's right. We already checked that. We can't change that just yet. War support is still too high, or too low, excuse me. There's also political advisors, again, that would help us out, but I want to get the research bonuses, so let's go and start with the industrial concern. Since 1939 techs will be coming soon, and I don't know how much longer it's going to take. I mean, the political power is growing quick, so we might not have needed to do that now. Yeah, I suppose we didn't have to. We're not even researching anything for that. Alright, it's fine. We could have also gotten the tanks one, so that would apply for the medium tanks. Oh, wait, I need to take a look at our infantry equipment and see if that's been improved yet. So we're going to start building the self-propelled artillery. We'll eventually want to get the self-propelled anti-tanks, tank destroyers, proper name there. But I don't know if we'll do it for the 1936 ones. We'll have to see if we're able to or not. Could go and improve the artillery. That would be one option here. And I think that's what we're going to do. Go ahead and get that. We still need to get tank destroyers too. Or, no, excuse me, anti-tanks. We still need to get that. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and get the artillery. Yeah, it's a nice passive bonus here, so we'll get that. Start knocking these out, because you know we're going to eventually want to get them. We do have the light self-propelled artillery that needs to get built, and are we? Yeah, we are building light tanks. Let's go ahead and do these right underneath them, and just kind of build a few of them. And how are we doing on infantry equipment? Looks like we are finally in the positive. All right, we've probably been in the positive for a little while. I should have got these started here. They're not perfect. We do need to make some adjustments to them, but they're good enough, guys. Now the tanks, on the other hand, they leave a lot to be desired. Yeah, we don't have a lot of light tanks either. So we'll start with building the Imperial Guard units. And we should also train, now that we have equipment, so we can try and get some damn army experience so I can make adjustments to these division designs. So let's just build a couple of these. How many can we get? We'll get 2 for right now. It's something. We're going to deprioritize that as well. And let's go ahead and focus on making sure we have equipment for our troops that are going to be training up. And we could just train... We could train all of them that aren't... I don't want to use any fuel. So what we might want to go ahead and do... perhaps not train these guys, because I think these ones, yeah, none of these armies here have any like tanks or motorized. So this is the way we'll do it. We'll train those for experience, and then these 44, what we could do is just like assign a few more. Maybe I have them on the ports. It's not even really necessary. So yeah, let's go and get these assigned to these fronts so that they'll train. Or we can just even put them in their own army, I suppose. Just create a new army of these. And get them training too. And then we'll just do like a... they'd be yellow for right now. Oh, and then there's 2 divisions here that could get moved as well. They're not even doing anything. I was putting them on ports, not that it was necessary. Again, none of this is actually necessary right now. Put these guys over here too, and then we're going to get these training too. And so that's about half of Army. It'll give us a little bit of Army experience, and we'll be able to make adjustments slowly. Frankly, most of our Army experience is going to have to come from our focuses. We did get the turreted secondary battery. Awesome. So I'm just trying to get these, all this equipment done, so that we'll have them for our ships. Go for the depth charges, and again, I don't know when the hell we're going to be able to start building our own ships because we still have all those other ones set up. But we need to get the torpedo launchers, the newer ones, and also the depth charge throwers, and the airplane catapult would be helpful too. So let's go ahead and start with the ones that we can use research bonuses for. Yeah, we'll do that. This one we can use a research bonus for. Take it down to 77 days. All right, and yeah, we have just our submarines out there right now, and so that is keeping the fuel low, fuel needs low. Let's see how that changes things. Ooh, yeah, this is fine. We'll use a little bit of fuel. I'm okay with that. All right, so they actually declared war on China now, and they have one area to fight in because the Japanese still hold that state right there. So they can attack Beijing, and the Chinese can attack from Beijing. So that's the current situation here. And there's no factions yet here. So yeah, they can just attack in that one province. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm curious to see how it develops. We'll keep on kind of dipping over here and seeing how the Japanese are doing as well. But I'd like to see who ends up winning there. So because once they get through there, they'll be able to start advancing into the rest of the country. So did we get the radar yet? We did. All right, so let's go ahead and build up the higher level radar here. Have very good radar coverage throughout our country, and again, that's going to provide lots of intel. Speaking of intel, I wanted to see how this is going. We're going to get done on the 27th of September, and we got to proclaim the Third Empire. So I assume Napoleon VI is in power, and he doesn't have any modifiers. I mean, we knew that because the focus didn't say that he did, which is kind of a bummer. Considering his history that I told you guys about in the last episode, I expect him to get something. Yeah, it's a shame, but whatever. Most leaders don't have modifiers in the game, so. Alright, so the rest of this tree is mostly just about getting annexation war goals. So for right now, we are done. And there's that integralism that I told you guys about, part of the fascist tree. So we could ban communism, and oops, gains national spirit. Does that ever... Okay, that'll slowly take it down or remove the national spirit, political violence. So we would like to do that. Yeah, I think we might do that next, actually, because this is going to take a while. We got to develop the colonies. Then we have to do the 3 investments here. We don't want to do the military factories till we've done this. And so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then probably the research slot, and then the military factories, and then that one. So there's a lot to that tree to do. So let's instead get the ban communism first. Kind of fix our current political situation in our country where, we are not aligned yet. We don't have very much support here. But our stability actually isn't that bad. Oh. Okay. We did lose the German one. That's a shame. Okay, I thought that might have happened. That's why I was taking the Italian one first. All right, well, we got the 5% research bonus for a little while. I guess it was worth the 100 political power. We'll keep the Italian one as long as they're still fascist, which they're going to remain fascist. So we're going to keep that one until we go to war with them and they're no longer fascist. But yeah, that did affect our stability, so that's the reason why that is ticked up now. I was wondering why that happened, because it didn't make a whole lot of sense given the fact that we have less ruling party popularity. We have a decision available. Let's take a look. It's anti-democratic raids, so could do that. And these do actually result in you getting stability out of them. They do take stability down by 10%, but then for 120 days you get 0.7%. So I do believe when you do the math, you end up getting like a little bit of stability. It's not much. But I think it's a little bit. Another way to do it would be to tick all of them down. Let me just take a look and see. Alright, so we're doing the banned communism, so we don't have to worry about that. Democracy support is extremely high, so I think that's where we should start with the anti-democratic raids. So we're going to do that. That also will help with our stability in the long run. Alright, so, got our... Oh, we got military factories to get assigned, my bad. Let's go and do this real quick. So the infantry equipment situation is much better, and so now we're going to go ahead and probably pull back on the infantry equipment a bit so we can start building like other things. Because we need quite a few things. So I would like to go ahead and get a few more planes. And yeah, that looks good for right now. Maybe one more into the fighters. And then we're gonna we'll just pull this back to 5 for right now. And then also we have 5 going into that. Should probably get another one going into light self-propelled artillery and more into our artillery. Alright, so that looks pretty good for right now. Yeah, you might pull more from the infantry equipment a bit later. And Napoleon VI claims the throne of France. So we actually will read this. In a ceremony in Paris, Napoleon VI has officially been proclaimed Emperor of the French. His rise is widely considered a direct result of the inability of the Third Republic to provide political stability in an environment that was increasingly defined by violent clashes between those on the extreme ends of the political spectrum. He now faces the difficult task of rebuilding and reuniting a deeply divided country, with many observers pointing to the role the far-right leagues played in his ascent to power as a sign that the Emperor of the French is, in fact, merely a ruler by the grace of the right-wing mob. Long live Napoleon VI. Alright, guys. So yeah, we finally we got to the main first goal of the campaign, which is get Napoleon in power. And things are looking good so far. And we haven't quite made it as far as I would have wanted to make in this episode. It's been going a little bit slower. So let's go ahead and get this select. I mean, we've been doing a lot of stuff with the focus trees and the research and stuff, but yeah, it's going slower than I'd like. We still got a lot of naval techs I wanted to get, so let's go ahead and start doing that. We're going to get the airplane catapults, and then we'll get the torpedoes. Really kind of focus on getting these naval techs done. And the torpedoes. And just as show you guys where we're sitting on the ships, we did just finish the one of our ships that we had building. Was that a battleship we had in there? It was either a battleship or I think it was a battleship. So we've got the battleship finished up, so we'll have to get that placed into a fleet to train. And now we're working on the cruisers. This one will be done on April 1st, 1939, and we'll get these early crappy cruisers done soon. So let's go ahead and actually, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go make sure that they all are well. Nah, it's fine. That's fine, guys. So let's go and get the new battleship, or just battle cruiser, excuse me. I thought it was a battleship. We'll get the battle cruiser assigned into this submarine fleet just to get them training up, and then we'll pull them out once they're fully trained. Since that does use up our fuel, you can see it made a pretty big leap there down, unfortunately. All right, so the experience is not gaining as quick as I would like. Yeah, that's going up pretty slow. Maybe we should get the Dearest soon. I don't know. Try and tick that up a little bit faster. We had the 4th International just happened. Take a look and see what everybody's working on. They're working on the new and better Germany. I guess we can keep this going while we look. I don't know what this is. Let's zoom out. Which is also really helpful, the zoom for trying to find what they're working on. There it is, right there. All right, so that's going to give them a bunch of military factories. Okay. So that's what they're currently working on. Guess we'll see what the Italians are working on. We still can't see their focuses. We don't have much intel here. And we can take a look and see how we're doing on... we should have already had that done. It is finished. Okay, so it has been completed. And that should give us... Let's see, is there anything we need to do here? Yeah, we completed it. So we have infiltrated their army. And so I assume... Do these guys need to be reassigned? Yeah, they need to be reassigned over here. Alright, so now that they've completed it, I need to keep a better eye on that. Wish there were some notifications for this. Yeah, like notifications for when you complete stuff. That'd be helpful. And I think he got a trait. He got Linguist. Increased chance to acquire target nationality, completion of an operation. He didn't have that before. Did our other guy get anything? I don't think so. Nah, he didn't get nothing. Alright, so let's go and have him go back into Germany. We want them to do the build intel network. And have him go back into Germany here. And this time we'll send him here in the south, I guess. Again, because I'm going to try and enact the new operation that we have here. And looks like our network has already dropped down to 0%, so we'll have to rebuild that up. But let's take a look and see if we can do anything here. So still military blueprints. That's the one I want to do. You got to have 3 operatives. Damn it! All right, I didn't know that. All right, well, that's a shame. That's a real shame. Did it give us anything else? I mean, not really. From Intel Network, from Operations. Okay, so I think we got 10% for the Army Intel. That's basically what we got from that. I mean, I guess our guy got a new trait, so there's that advantage. But yeah, I didn't know it took 3 operatives in order to do that. So now that we know, we'll know for the future. Again, we're all just kind of learning all these things. As far as like, and we're still decrypting this, by the way. That takes a long time. As far as other things to do here, yeah, I mean, if we can't steal the blueprints, because I'm assuming they're all going to be still all going to take 3. Yeah, I don't know what all we can do here in that case then. So let's go and get these techs selected. We'll go and build the networks back up with our operatives for right now. So do we have any more naval techs that we need to get now? I don't think so. I mean, we could get stuff for passive bonuses, of course. We could get a better sonar, I guess. Yeah, I guess we'll do the better sonar. And as far as this one here, I don't think we'll put it towards a naval tech unless there's another piece of equipment. Could also just get passives, but I feel like we have enough naval techs going, or enough enough research slots going into naval techs right now. I'm wondering if we're gonna get the I would like to really get another carrier here, but we have those research bonuses, but man, it's gonna be a long time before we get those. We'll probably have to use them for the 1940 ships is what I'm thinking. So we could go ahead and start working on the carrier holes so we can get those knocked out, and then we'll go to build one. We don't have the cruisers yet either, so it's another thing to consider. I might want to get those. Just seeing if there's no other equipment we need to get. So I guess we'll go ahead and do the carrier holes. So we'll have those. Because we will not get the research bonuses from our national focus tree anytime soon. So I think that's the best way to do that. We got to make sure that we are, checking in on that. We got these guys done, the light cruiser done. So we need to make sure we're checking in on these guys, make sure that the battle cruiser is pulled out as soon as we get them trained up. We did ban communism, so let's go ahead and get something else here. Let's see, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So a lot of options still. We could go down this tree, we could start down this tree, or we can continue in that one. So I think we're going to go to make the choice here. Now, these do not affect your ability to go down here. As you'll notice, you just need one of these to pick either one of these two here. So it doesn't really affect any of these. It's just your choice whether you want to go with a more, basically a capitalist economy here, or go with the agricultural protectionism. And this gives you better construction speed. Well, this gives you 3 research bonuses of 150%. That's pretty damn good. In addition, our economy will become more efficient after a period of about 2 years, and I think that affects, and we'll look at that after we do this. I think we're going to do this one, guys. I think that's the best bet. So let's go with that one. I mean, that's a great research bonus there. So we're going to go for that one, and that affects, I think, it affects the inefficient economy modifier when it says that in about 2 years we'll become more efficient. So I don't know if we lose that or if that's just modified. But getting that early, and that's the reason why I wanted to get that, is if it's 2 years, then we'd want to get it now. That's the mindset I'm taking with it. And it looks like that is actually going to be the end of the episode, guys. We're going to get to November 1st, I suppose, and go ahead and get some more stuff building, I guess. What do we want here? How many dockyards do we have? All right, we have 12. I feel like we still don't have enough military factories. I know that we're going to get a lot from those focuses, but obviously we're going to need a lot more than just that. As far as anything else we need, I don't think we need anything else. So let's go just do the military factories, guys. So we'll do the military factories here in the back. And that'll get us up to 28. Let's do 2 more. So we'll do like 1 here and then 1 right here. So 5 more military factories, and then maybe we'll get some more dockyards. I'm very much prioritizing the Army over the Navy. I think that's the best way to do it. Though I guess we have been spending a lot of tech on getting these done. And we got the interwar artillery. Awesome. So I'm thinking about going and start doing the 1939 techs early, guys. I think that might be for the best. here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and get the logistic companies because we know we're going to want to get that. Yeah, we know we're probably going to get that. We could also get the maintenance companies for our bigger tanks. Yeah, that might be good to get too. All right, we'll do maintenance companies. And then with this one, I'm going to leave this one open since I'm going to be ending the episode here. I said we'd wait to the end of the month. We're going to end it here, so that way, as soon as I, get your guys' comments, what you guys are thinking. Again, I'm more leaning towards the mobile warfare, but maybe some people make some good arguments on superior warfare being the better option. But I really like the speed and just making really powerful tanks, and we're going to be definitely getting more tanks here soon. Just taking a look at our equipment situation, we could actually get more units now, and we probably should. I was trying to get more experience to change up their designs. I suppose we could throw in an artillery battalion in here. But yeah, we're going to be getting some tanks, a lot of tank divisions. So I just kind of feel like that would probably be the better option for us, is going with the mobile warfare. And I love the speed that it gives you. A lot more speed, and just overall it makes your tanks so much better. And then, of course, we probably won't go down desperate defense. I think we should be good on population or manpower. I mean, we get a bunch of modifiers for that. So we'll likely go down the modern blitzkrieg. So these got some really good modifiers here as well. And they improve your armored cars, too. All right, interesting. So yeah, we can go down that route. And then here's kind of like the focuses here for those of you guys who aren't aware. We go down to superior firepower quite a bit, so you probably, if you watch my channel, you're probably very well aware of this branch, because it's the one I use the most. But yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on that, so I'll wait to get that selected, and that's what we're going to use that for, is to start going down the armory doctrine line. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Again, I'd love to hear further name suggestions for the division designs, because we've only named a couple of them. So like a light tank division design, I don't know. We'll probably get motorized. I suppose we'll probably use some motorized divisions. So motorized. We might just wait and get the mechanized though, and just rely on the light tanks for the speed. The Imperial Guard is done. We will need a 40 combat with division done. Oh no, I'm gonna do Grand Army for the 40 with combat, the 40 with divisions. Of course, Colonial. We'll probably have Colonial division, so we need one for that. The Alpine divisions too. So post in the comments about that, as well as any other feedback you have, whether it's suggestions on things we should do or comments about something I should have done differently. I just love hearing from you guys. So. Again, that's going to be it for now. If you're looking for something to watch for the next episode, which will be on Monday, we will have a Monday episode. Then maybe check out that Portuguese series that we're doing simultaneously with this, which has been pretty fun so far. Also, we have 20-something other HOI4 campaigns on the channel, as well as a lot of other videos, 2,000-something videos, all on the front page. So go check that out if you're needing something to watch while you wait for the next episode. Remember, if you're looking for any links, whether that's links to our Discord channel or to our PayPal and Patreon, if you'd like to help support the channel, or to our social media sites, you'd like to follow us on there, all those links are down in the description below. And I do hope to see you on the next episode, and thanks for watching, guys.